So we won the league in Finland, ticking off the third of the 5 Nordic nations we are aiming to win the top flight title in. Now today, we of course embark on the job hunt over in Iceland to try to tick off a 4th. But before we get into that, we do also have the little aspect of some European games with Latte to finish off before we actually go and embark on that European job hunt. Let's just see how far we can get in the Conference League before we start that stuff, eh? As always, if you have been enjoying the series up to this point, you're excited for the job hunt, drop a like on the video. That would be seriously very, very kind of you. So, you join us on the 17th of February. We've had an entire sort of winter window. Not much has really changed at all. We did have some bits on some players. Ronnie Enstrom's release clause was again triggered, but he chose to stay again, which is really kind of cool that he's just so committed to the club. Only signing I made for them was Søren Hansen on loan from Tromsø when I thought that Engstrom was going to be leaving again. So he's now in, but other than that, everything is exactly the same, with exceptions of a few players that have gone out, so we're missing Pekka Nyberg. But really, without any further ado, we're going to cue the music and get into some European games and see how far we go in the Conference League. Let's do this! So brings it down. Ertuğrul goes straight through for Fenerbahce, and he's already smashed it in off the crossbar, and inside 2 minutes we trail at home. Very strange pitch conditions here. It's not good conditions given how early in the year it is. Orkan given a lot of room to bring that ball out the air. Isa's coming through now, so it sits around the side for Irma. It's a great, oh my goodness me, what an effort from Irma Polat. It's 2-0 to Fenerbahce. They are just scoring. Just shot, goal, bang. Worst thing about this is we've not even been that bad in today's game. Joni Kurelainen with a ball in. Can we get a goal back? Engstrom off the crossbar. I don't know if that's onside or not, but we're going to find out. Awarded. We're back in it. 2-1. Oh, no. Another one of those horrible defensive mistakes. Isa now through for Fenerbahce. Good save from Conte. Good to Bali. To Sek. There's something on here, I feel like. Oh, Traore finally with a bit of space to work into. Has to square this for his teammate. Oh, that's such a weak effort. Bit of space now. Afonso. Ayu's in. He's going to have to shoot. Ayu with the shot. It's a good save. Isa again driving forward towards goal. We've got to get bodies in the way. Oh my goodness me. What a finish. Isa Chambridi dinks Conte, and now it's 3-1. We got right back into this, but now they've just put their foot down again. Engstrom to Matthew. Here we go. Koulibaly. Make it 3-2 and give ourselves a chance here, lads. Come on. Koulibaly to the byline. Bit of space. Ball all the way through, and it's Miller Afonso. Lati 2, Fenerbahce 3. Wow, this has been a great game. We need one more, though. Honestly, I think we can count ourselves a little bit unlucky to lose this one. It was kind of a weird game where we started off quite poorly, got ourselves back into it. At one point, it was really neck and neck. They then had some great chances and got the 3rd goal. And then for the rest of the game, we absolutely smashed them. Got one, but couldn't get any more after that. I think 3-2 is a really harsh result for the guys. I think they deserve more out of that game. That's a really frustrating one in the -2 conditions. But now we've got to try to go to Turkey. When they played that narrow system, I thought we'd have them, but they just got that slightly bit better quality, I think. And when that means they were just able to take their chances. But second leg's still all to play for, but that is a hell of a task to overturn that. Adams in space. They're playing a different system today. It could benefit us. We get Traore already through. It's a big save to Sek. Oh, he could have slipped that one through for Traore perhaps, but we might still get that chance. Traore's through again. He's on a second chance, and he's once again been missed. Adams again. We are running through them at the moment. Adams is through on goal this time, and now it's saved again. Oh, that's so poor. Isa. Terrible from Diop there. That could cost us. We've been dominant in the first 9 minutes of this match, and now it's the first chance of the game, and they've literally scored their first chance of the match. We've had about 4 one-on-ones in the first 8 minutes of this game. Missed all of them and now trail. Typical, isn't it? Adams to Sek now. Afonso. Runners left and right. Saarinen. Oh, Adams is in again. Mohamed Adams off the crossbar this time, of course. Oh, great ball over the top now. Furkan to potentially wrap this up very undeservedly for Fenerbahce, and he's going to do exactly that. They've not been the better side in this game either, and somehow we haven't managed to score a single goal today. That's just incredible negligence from us. 2-0, and surely that's game over. I mean, that is just disappointing as all hell. Yet again, come here, dominate them. Well, not dominate them. We were the better side throughout the entire 90 minutes. I ended up throwing on Ayu up top as a 3rd striker towards the end just to try to get us something, but I don't know how we've managed to lose that tie. A 5-2 seems extremely harsh, and I think the only difference really was that Fenerbahce just had better quality players, so they were able to take the chances more. I mean, we created tons across both legs, enough for at least 4 goals, I would have said. To only score twice is utterly awful, honestly. I just think that losing out on the group win on the final day was such a shocker to us, and it just seems to have really cost us today. Should have won the first leg. Probably should have won this one too. Real shame. In other news, SJK actually beat Benfica 3-0 in the first leg, but lost it with an own goal in the 120th minute of extra time. You know what? We've gone out. But that one's just that little bit more satisfying. At least they've gone with us, I suppose. But Jesus Christ, what a way to go out. That's a frustrating one. But I suppose that now we can sort of finish our time at FC Lahti with our heads held high or something. I don't know. Because now things take a different turn. Because normally at this point, we'd have like a nice period off not off camera, but like of off time. But I think we kind of need to get job hunting in Iceland almost immediately. But before we actually resign and finish our post at FC Lahti, let's just check out Iceland and see what is actually like and what we could potentially do there. So obviously the Icelandic League doesn't start till like May anyway. It's like Finland in terms of the way it's structured, where they have the sort of cuppy thing with the league bit in it, but then the league is even shorter. It's only 22 matches. Now, Iceland's have had a lot of winners in this, so we may have to invoke our 20-year rule for the first time in this save and look at teams that have not won the title in the last 20 years, because you can see that there's an awful lot of winners in here, and I'd be worried that there literally wouldn't be any jobs for us. So last 20 years would take us back to 2024, including 2024, I would say, yeah, because that's... One sec. Yeah, okay, so from there to there, that is the last 20 seasons of Icelandic football. So the jobs that are not on the cards, that's still loads. That's still loads. Okay, so obviously big boys up here. Breithablik off the cards. HK have won 1 title. That's annoying. Breithablik loads. KR, obviously, the big daddy club to the team we managed before, and also rolls out EBV Keflavik as well. But it does at least give us these guys here. But who's actually in the top flight then? Just look at last season's league. So obviously these guys are out. Breithablik's out. HK, KR, they're all out. Actually, it's not as bad, and Keflavik aren't even in the top flight anymore. So it might not be the end of the world, actually. Grotto, they're an interesting one. Have they ever won a league title? No. Okay. So they would be a very interesting one, potentially. They would actually meet our original requirements, but at least I think FH were one of the ones that just by the cut-off. So they're up there as well. Okay. There's also KA. Friend of mine had a KA, 3-cylinder engine. They've won 1 title, but it was 1989. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there are some teams here. It's not maybe as bad as I thought it was, but we still obviously are going to have to bide our time. One thing I have had a look at, though, was the number of managerial replacements that have happened in the Icelandic League. There was 2 years in a row at one point where only 1 manager left their job. So I suspect that this next bit is going to be extremely... This could take more than 1 season, I think, to actually find a job in Iceland, because we can't afford at this stage to just take a random job against the newly promoted side that's getting relegated. That just isn't going to work for us, because we need to get Iceland ticked quickly if we can, while still maintaining within our criteria, because if we want to get a chance to get back to Sweden and try to complete the pentuple, if you like. So based on what I can see at the moment with these teams, the ones I really like the look of are FH, Grotto, and also KA potentially as well. Honestly, it clearly seems to be like there's 2 very distinct sects. What it looked to me like FH and Grotto are the ones to really go after. I would prefer Grotto since they actually haven't won an Icelandic title, but FH would definitely suffice as they're just outside the cut line. But both of them I think would be definite sensible jobs for us. And they're both in Europe at the moment, so maybe extra fixtures, maybe one of them sacks their manager, I don't know. So we're going to do some admin stuff and get ourselves ready to start looking at some jobs in Iceland. So I'll join you for that in a second. Totally off topic, I realise, but Terry Cloty is currently playing for Arsenal. He's had a bit of a weird career. Literally, since he left Zunich, since we sold him, he had a good first sort of season at Manchester City. Actually started 14 league games for them, then they just didn't play him. Then somehow sold him on to Barcelona for 1 season, and then they've sold him to Arsenal in 1 season. Terry, what's going on, bruv? So these, my friends, are our new hunting grounds as far as jobs go. There are 12 jobs available currently in the Icelandic top flight. We really can only focus on the top flight if we plan to actually achieve this somehow. I think this is going to be a long old haul, just trying to wait for any job to come available, let alone one of the ones that we think is viable. Now, obviously, other jobs could sort of become viable by virtue of the fact that if it does take us more than 1 season, there is potential that other jobs could suddenly... Is there anyone that could work like that? Technically, a year from now, the EBK Keflavik job would become available as well, but they're actually not even in the top flight. But I guess all we can really do at this point is hit continue and start the job hunt. So 24th of February at the moment, 2044. If I've got grey hair when this more grey hair when this comes back, you know why. So it's now September, and it's the end of the season in Iceland, and only 1 manager in the entire of the season got sacked. And would you believe it? It was the manager of KR. They put themselves into a relegation battle at one point. He got sacked, and I thought, great. That's brilliant. One of the few teams that we can't manage. Fram Reykjavik's manager has been very insecure for about the last 7-8 matches. They got relegated and they still didn't sack him. These 2 here were both insecure at various points as well, but still no sackings. So yeah, the only sacking was the KR manager. So that's just fantastic. So an entire year goes past in Iceland and only 1 sacking. Not that that helped us at all. So of the teams we were kind of interested in, FH of course and Grotto, nothing happened with them at all. They were sort of interchanging positions in the league table. Grotto fell off a little bit towards the end. It does make me wonder if they're on a bit of a slide. That might be something we could scoop up potentially next season. I honestly have no idea, but FH ended up qualifying for Europe again at the very end of it. Nice to see that KA also got into Europe though, so they might be a potential one should their season go to pot next season. I don't know, I'm just trying to line up whatever could happen next year, but yeah, just the 1 sacking this season. A little bit disappointing on that one, honestly, and it's one of the teams we can't manage, so I guess we're just gonna have to plug away and I hope that May comes around super bloody soon. The beard grows, the hair greys. I will join you guys when something happens, I guess. My friends, stuff is happening. Sort of. The season's actually only 5 games deep in Iceland at the moment, but you'll notice at the very top of that list right now, insecure job, Grotto. This is perfect. If their manager was to get sacked, this would be the perfect moment for us, since it appears that our other option here of FH, they're going nowhere at the moment, and obviously KA are absolutely smashing it in the league currently, so it seems like they're not going to be doing much either. Sitting 9th in the league, 1 win out of the first 5 matches, 3 defeats. They're not in the relegation zone, but if they could just get a couple more defeats quickly, maybe that would be enough to convince their board to... I find that once jobs go insecure, they tend not to come back very easily from that, considering at times of the last season they were down fairly low as well, and they didn't get to that point. I'm hoping this could be the start of the end for their manager, potentially, and it could allow us to sneak in there. That would be very, very good. Also, fair play to EBV, top of the league right now. Absolutely smashed Grotto as well at 1.2. So, yeah, this is going to get interesting now, I suspect. New boys struggling in the league, as you would expect, but, yeah, I think that's really where we've got to be aiming at the moment, since it seems our other options are very much doing quite well at the moment. But come on, Grotto, just lose a couple more games. They're playing against HK next. If they were to lose that, you never know, right? You never know. Big news. Grotto lost 2-1 at home to HK. They now slipped to 10th. It's 4 defeats in 6. This could be the tipping point for them, potentially, if they don't get their act together soon. Does that change anything here? No, they're still insecure at the moment, but it still gives us a really good chance, I would say, if they can continue losing. Who's their next game? It's not an easy one. Next up, they're at home again against KR. If KR were to put them in the ground in that match, it could really start to spell the end for their manager. Who is their manager currently? It's this chap here, Halkor Thorvardsson. I'm sorry, I'm going to struggle with Icelandic names, you know that. He's been there for a few years, but not that long. He's not great. I mean, we're better, come on. But look at that wonderful beard and moustache combination. That is spectacular. He's got bloody mutton chops nearly. Love that. Feels like he should be in a biker gang rather than managing Grotto. Really like their badge too. Right, come on, sir. If you could just lose a couple more matches, that would be fan-dabby-dozy. Oh, this is so much better. Okay, they must have lost again. Let me just check the actual thingy here. What was the score? Yep, that's back-to-back 2... Wait, no, that was last week. Where's this week's game? Oh, no, that's there. There we go. 3-1 defeat at home against KR. They're now bottom of the league after 7 matches. This is falling perfectly into our hands as things stand, particularly as FH, the other team that we were kind of interested in, are now top of the damn league. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, that's... What, that must be like 3 straight defeats now? Oddly, they're still only insecure despite being bottom and have lost 4 of their last 5 matches. They actually go away to FH in their very next game. Top of the league versus bottom. If they lose away there, it could really mud them and might be the tipping point, potentially. So annoyingly, they got a draw there. That's concerning. I was hoping they would lose that game and then just start to sink a little bit more, but now that they're out the relegation zone, they're still insecure, but it does concern me that they might start winning matches now. Okay, boom, positive news. They actually lost that game. They got a draw away at the top of the table side, but they couldn't beat these guys. But it does push them back down towards the bottom of the league. And just 1 win in their first 9 matches. This is success. A thing has happened. This is what's weird about this, right? Super, super strange. So I had a look, actually, at the chart before this match. And they'd gone from from insecure back to stable again. And I was like, oh, Christ. Because other stuff was happening elsewhere. But then they lost 2-0 at home against Breidablik. It pushed them back to the bottom of the league again. And they went straight from being stable to being immediately sacked. So now Grotto, bottom of the league. They've got game in hand on some teams as well, or one team as well, and now managerless. And I feel like this has to be our opportunity, especially as the other club we were interested in are now top of the league. KA sort of middle of the road. Unlikely they're going to do anything regarding sackings, but Grotto have just won 1 game this season, and I think there's a squad there that's, well, presumably strong enough. They have media prediction 7th, so there's definitely a team there that I would say is better than, you know, I assume that's their new, like, caretaker manager. We need to get ourselves in on this immediately. I believe they do actually start off in the second tier in this save. Not entirely sure, and if they don't, then they were relegated extremely hard that year with 8 points. Sort of yo-yoed around a little bit, but they have been a top flight side in Iceland for the last 12 seasons and have had some reasonable success getting a few 4th place finishes in there. So they've clearly got a bit about them, but I'm fairly certain these guys were in the second tier at the same time we were when we were last in Iceland. So this feels to me like the perfect job for us, particularly as it somehow, incredibly, meets the requirements of the original save, i.e. clubs that have never won their top flight, but I feel like they have to be the sort of team that we've got to go after in this kind of situations. They also have a massive rivalry with KV, the team we managed last time. I hope that doesn't cause any problems when it comes to the fact that, because we did manage their biggest local rival, I think we did, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, this is a bit fascinating now. We've got our job application in. Hopefully, they'll go for this, because if they don't, and we don't get this job, I'm going to declare interest in it as well. I don't know what else we're going to do here, because I just don't see there being any more sackings in Iceland this season. It seems that a lot of the newly promoted sides, even if they struggle desperately, they don't sack their managers. Like Fram last year never sacked the guy. Speculation linking us with the vacant Grotto job. Let's go after this then. Everyone's ambitious. We look at the likes of Simone and Inzaghi and think this could be me one day. How many Europa Leagues has Simone Inzaghi won? Also, why would that matter in Iceland? But sure, he is actually the manager of PSG. So, and he's 69 years old. So, to be fair, he's probably won things in this save, I suspect. What I would say, no European trophies. He's not won a single European trophy in this save. He's won lots of like French trophies and Italian trophies and German trophies, but no. As far as I can tell, no European trophies. So if anything, he should look up to me. Well, we're considered the leading candidate, which is something which presumably would mean our odds are the highest. Have they thought about maybe offering us a job interview? Because they've got a game soon, I think, and we don't need them to be any deeper dirty. They don't want to be any deeper in the hole when we take over, because we don't have that long to fix it. Luckily, it's so close in Iceland that it wouldn't actually take that much. And I think this squad is strong enough, potentially, if they're 7th best. Okay, they actually won. They beat Grindavik, who are now bottom of the league. That makes our job a little bit easier if we were to get the job at least. So we're 2-7 on to get this job, but we haven't actually had an interview yet, and it'd be quite nice if they could sort that soon, because yeah, this feels like the one. So I've now been offered the Sweden job. Speaking of Sweden, by the way, totally off topic this, but I have to show you this. They only went and won the Euros in 2044, beating Greece 3-0 in the final. So Sweden have got a lot of pedigree on an international level at the moment, but to win the Euros, that's mad. One more piece of housekeeping. Joni Kurilainen was sold by Lahti to EK Sirius over in Sweden. He's already got 15 caps for Finland now. This guy's going to be a world beater. And Sirius is one of the clubs we had earmarked potentially for a move to Sweden, potentially, and my god, if we got to take over them with him at the club, that would be amazing. Obviously that's for later, and I don't know how long they're going to hang on to him, because I genuinely think he's going to be a star. Finally, Grotto Job Interview. It's been like over a week now, like 10-15 days since they actually sacked that guy. They've got a game today as well, which we could have taken... Wait, hang on a minute. No, they won't get us the job that quickly, will they? But let's do the interview. This is important. Lack of experience in managing the country? Sorry, we've literally... Okay, that's nonsense. We've literally managed in this country before now. Is that just what they say every single time now? We literally have managed in this country. Also, we've won the Europa League, Sindri. Can you tell me why managing at a number of clubs as you have done is a good thing? Oh, I see. So just to clarify, Sindri, we don't have enough experience, but now you're going to claim that we've managed at too many sides. Our biggest issue here is that we don't have enough experience because we've got too much experience. You can't win with these, can you? They never come in there and they're like, oh, you're really good, actually. We like your attributes, and we really like the success you've had. The fact that you've won 3 major league titles, cups in every single nation, and multiple European trophies. But I don't know, you've been out the game too long. Are you, like, what, why? I have previous experience of managing smaller teams. Oh, that put me in his place. Sign players to sell for a profit. Required. Oh, that could be a pain, but whatever. Fight bravely against relegation. Okay, they don't care about the cup. Continue remaining. I love that phrase, continue remaining. It just... Pick one. Well, they just want to be here. They're just happy to be here. I think we can do better than that. Battle against... Hang on. Fight bravely against relegation. I think we can do a bit better than... I think we can at least avoid relegation, surely. Proposed transfer budget of £2,000. Our weekly wage was higher than that. Even at FC Lahti, I think. And a wage budget of £7,000. I don't know what that even means, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. I don't know how that stacks up in in Iceland. Right, they've got a game today, so if the caretaker could do us an awesome job and win that'd be lovely. Did not go entirely to plan there. They're actually now 4 points from safety. This is a bit of a concern. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything beyond fight bravely. Oh dear, we're now 4 points from safety with them. They're really not very good, are they? Oh, if you could just hurry up and give us the damn job. I think in 10 games we can do enough there, potentially. But, particularly as both sides above us are the 2 promoted sides. If they offer the job to us, we instantly take it. We can't afford to delay here. There's not enough time. Yes. Okay, that was relatively fast, actually. 4 days is not bad. And we're obviously just going to jump straight in here. Oh, they actually do still expect us to fight bravely against relegation. Okay, I'll take that. Right then, my friends. It looks like we're going to Grotto. They obviously didn't care about the fact we'd already managed their local rivals, so I guess there's that. Now let's have a look at the squad, youth prospects, see if they've actually got any players that can fit our system. As always, you know how difficult it was with the squad at Lahti, although we did do well to start with. Those players were not equipped for that system at all. This is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Right, let's plunge. I have no idea how long or short this video is going to be, by the way, just because of how long it's taken to get to this point. It's been over a year. Okay, oh dear. Things you love to see. Isn't it great? Because obviously what it does is it takes your existing system that you play all the time and it tries to put their squad into it. And if there's a giant gaping goddamn hole in it, that does not fill me with confidence, if I'm honest. Could this be the first time that we get relegated? We're in. Oh, good. I love it when you load into any club and you see players currently unhappy. We had this last time. Please don't tell me it's too many. It's 2 Whoa! Well, that's a good sign. That is a very good... Look at this. Okay. Right, I'm a little bit more excited now. Maybe it's just that they're two really good players, but one of them's only a breakthrough prospect. Okay, first things first, youth intake preview. It does kind of feel like, though, every time we move to a new club, we get a youth intake like this. Is this like an FM thing? Excellent youth intake. 4.5 stars. A centre-back and, well, obviously wingers, which is not great. There's no way this youth intake's going to be any good. We may get a centre-back out of it, but it doesn't actually look that great beyond that. There's no way this is going to be a golden generation of any form. Last year of contra? Oh, dearie me. That's really not good. Oh my days. Yeah, we've got problems here. They've already sold a couple of guys, so I guess that's going to shave up some money, but we don't have a lot of money to offer new contracts. This is going to be very, very difficult indeed. Like, extremely difficult. But I suppose the first thing we should do is just have a little look at this squad, see if we can piece them together in a way we would play, and then have a look at the youth team. And then, I mean, we have literally a game in... When's the next game, and who's it against? God, look at this run. The only two teams they've beaten this season were a newly promoted side, I think, and then literally most recently Grindavik. So this does not get a lot easier for us. This is all we have left to try and save them, and our first game actually, ironically, is at home against the only other team we've beaten this season. So I guess there's something... God, that was a lot of defeats in that period of matches. This is a big chance for us. A win there and it could take off, but honestly I'd rather have this game a couple of games from now so that we'd have a chance to sort of settle in with the tactics, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Well, straight off the bat, you can see that it tails off mighty fast, but there are definitely some quality youngsters in this team. Please don't tell me you're out on loan somewhere else. They are, aren't they? Okay, I mean, hopefully they've actually even got a youth team that we can have a look at, but it does seem to get very, very thin on the ground extremely quickly. But let's look at their best player. This is he. This is Gunnar Thorholsen, who actually is ridiculous. Like, for this level, he is absurd and brilliant, and he at least has longer time left on his contract. He is a bit injury prone, loves big matches, green consistency. I mean, he's a bit all over the place, but literally as a natural CMA, this guy could win a country music award. That's how good he is in that role. I mean, obviously unambitious. He's not brilliant, but for this level, he's absolutely fantastic, and we're going to have to build around him, I suspect. Next up on the chopping block is Olafur Franar Branson, who again is only 20, came through at, well, actually came through at a different team, came through at Fylkir. More of an enganche, but as the advanced playmaker, I think he could definitely sit in that role for us. So that's 2 roles in this team already decided, which is nice. And they're good players too. We need strikers and defenders though. And what about wingbacks? Well, here we sort of go. Emil Thor Leosen, who is one of the other really strong players in this team. And again, his contract doesn't expire to the end of next year, so that's good. He's unbelievably fast. Has he got a left foot? He does. In fact, he has a right foot as well. No tackling and defensive ability, but we are going to end up having to play him as a wingback. He's going to be basically the left wingback in this team. We've got Einar Carl Hlinsen, who is probably going to end up being our striker, isn't he? He's fast, agile, no finishing or composure, but he is at least fast and no consistency or big matches. But, oh God, who's he wanted? But, oh no, his contract's up soon. Why is he he's transfer listed because he's refusing to sign a new deal. He might change his mind though when we get here. Marco Zunich. Okay, this is more like it. Oh dear, he's 5'7" as a centre-back. Well, he's gonna have to play wing-back, isn't he? He's actually got 7 crossing. He could play maybe a wide centre-back perhaps as well, but bugger me. We've got Brinya Galto Banjoko, which is a cool name. He's a bit more like it. 5'10". Good jumping reach, though. Like, screw the 5'10". He's actually got okay jumping reach. He may have to move into the middle, honestly, but we will see. He's not bad. He's a pretty good player. Gudmundur Stephenson. Wait a minute. Again, big matches and consistency. That's negatives, but finishing and composure, not the quickest, but he is not bad at all. 15 finishing in the Icelandic League. Contract again for next year, which is awesome. He's only got 23 and 112 for the club, and he's only got 3 this season, but he's not bad. Thorstein Guthinsson. There we go. Centre-back, great aggression, great bravery. Not great technically, but he's okay physically. I like him, and he's got a contract too. And he looks a teensy bit. I'm thinking, friends, think Ryan Gosling. He's just slightly Goslinged. Benoni Brekki Juliusson, who is sort of a midfielder slash... Do you know what? He's not fast. In fact, he's literally glacially slow. But as a wing-back, or here... he's kind of a bit of both. I think there's a bit of both out of him, particularly with some of these PPMs. I actually don't mind him. He might be 34 years old, but I don't mind him. He's got another year in his contract anyway. Gunnar Asbionsen, finally a goalkeeper. Oh, don't tell me this is our starting goal. He literally is the starting goalkeeper. Their starting goalkeeper is 18 years old. What happened to your keeper? He has no reflexes, no aerial reach. One-on-ones is 7. Oh, Gunnar, I'm so sorry, friend. After that, it really kind of gets very thin on the ground. There is one more guy here that seems to have high potential, at least, and that is Albert Asbjornsen, who, again, is... Oh, my God. It's a striker with 3 finishing. He can't run. He is tall and has... He might end up playing the deep lying forward role in this team, honestly. That's how bad and desperate we are at the moment. Dear God. Oh, he's already moving. He's moving to Njarðvík. Okay. Why are we letting a guy with 5-star potential leave on presumably a free transfer? It's time to look at the under-19 squad and see if there's anyone in there that might be able to do a job for us. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. No. Oh, come on. Their under-19 is completely greyed out. Like, there are players here, but I don't know if they're any good or not because they're all greyed out players, which doesn't make much sense to me. Because, hang on, are they greyed out players? I have to scout them, despite them being here, which is a little bit annoying. It is weird, though, that we wouldn't have any information about the players that are literally at our club. Yeah, so literally, when I move over to the loan farm view, the one that shows attributes on it normally, it doesn't have attributes for the guys, even though when I click on them, they do have attributes, but because they're sort of greyed out in a certain way, oh dear. That is... Why is that the case? The league switched on. Okay, so this team is thin on the ground, to say the least. There's 28 people there. I can't even scout them. I have to go individually to their profiles and hit scout. It won't even let me mass scout them because there are players. I sense this is going to be a complex next video, my friends. At this rate. That's not going to be an easy task. We are 4 points from safety already, with only 10 matches to go. Goal difference is worse. They've only won 2 games this season. One of which was against the team directly below them, and the other one is against the team we're going to be playing in our very next game. We just need enough points. So if we can try to average even a point a game over the next 10 matches, that might well be enough to see us stay up. I don't know what normally you need to stay up in Iceland. Let's just have a little look. It seems to me from looking through these past league tables that you want to be getting 20 points. 20 points most seasons will keep you up. But I think we're going to be in for an almighty battle of all things in the very next video to try and keep Grotto in the top flight. They might even sack us if we go down. Admittedly, I said we'd keep them up, but they do seem to have changed that to... Oh no, now it is avoid relegation. If we were to get sacked from here, we may not be able to get another job in Iceland. Oh, there's a lot of pressure on us now. Right, this is a big thing for us. It has just occurred to me that my face cam would have been missing for about the last minute and a half. I do apologize for that. As I said, I've been recording for an extremely long time today just to get through all these dates, and I forgot that I'd left it on, and it turns off after half an hour. So that's annoying. I do apologize. My face is back now. So yes, if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you're looking forward to all of that goodiness, then drop a like. That would be fantastic. If you're new to the channel and you're looking forward to more of this, subscribe, that'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so go follow there as well. And I'll see you guys very, very soon for, well, I mean, this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. I'll see you soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.